yes, 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 yes. Cross-YAAS podcast. Tell me your song.
Are you on camera? Let me see.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, welcome to the Curi-YAAS podcast, the podcast that says Yas, the cross-dressing, sexuality, and gender. I'm your trans woman host, Billie. Been a long time since I've done an episode, and I haven't released the last one that I recorded.
Oh no.
Oops, sorry, I'll get to it.
You owe us one then.
It's in the banks, I promise. It's there. But, you know, it's a new year, new day, a new month. It's June, Pride Month, which, you know, yes, please clap for that. Like more than ever, like our visibility matters and is so important. So I'm beyond grateful to be able to host this podcast and have you on it.
Thank you.
I don't think I introduced my name. My name is Billie, trans woman. Today's special guest is
My name is Ashley. Yes, I'm Ashley Habibi. I'm a trans woman. I'm Latina. I am in recovery too, which that matters a lot for me, especially since because it's the reason that made me care enough for myself to be myself, because I wanted to get sober. And yeah, like right now it's Pride Month. I'm doing a lot of things. I'm really happy to be here. Thank you, Billie, so much. I really appreciate you. And I think we owe a lot of people the recognition and the power that we as trans women, just by being trans, have, because it gives us a lot of attention and it gives us a lot of stares. So that's power, that's attention. And in social media, people are looking for that attention, right? The owners of Facebook, the owners of YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, they want our attention. And we, with no devices, we get that attention daily. So that's something that if we know how to use it, we'll be able to do a lot with that visibility. Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
So, how did you get to a level of the visibility that you are comfortable carrying or showing or presenting? I don't know, terms I lack terms sometimes.
Well, how do I got here where I'm at right now? Like, it wasn't easy. I struggled. I had a lot of trauma. I was kidnapped by my dad when I was the age of 8. He took me away from my mom, so my mom couldn't find me, and he sent me back to Mexico City. And then, so I was alienated from my family, right? So I grew up thinking that my mom didn't love me because my dad took me away from her, and he made me believe that my mom did not love me. And then my mom sent me to Mexico, separated from him. So I grew up thinking my dad doesn't love me either, right? I was fortunate enough to be raised by my grandmother. So she gave me all the love that she could, and she is the woman of my life. She's my mom. I love her to death. And then when I grew up, of course I was gay. I knew that was wrong. I was living in a very Catholic-centered state in Mexico, like in Merida, Yucatan. So it's not even the city. So we were very close-minded. So I grew up thinking that being gay was wrong, and wada, like everything that we all go through. And it wasn't until I got into addiction at the age of 15. I got with meth. No, sorry. Cut that out. I got with weed. The first thing I did was weed. I also did alcohol. I've always been a performer, and I knew that if I performed stoned or drunk, I was gonna get nowhere, right? And I saw other people do that, and they weren't successful. So because of my goal of being an actor, a performer, that kept me functioning. So I didn't use or I didn't drink alcohol while working. Um, but I did it like over the weekends or after job was over, right? And I went to school drunk. I went to Mexico City. I was in an acting school, which I dropped out of due to my drug use. But at the moment, I didn't know that it was that the reason why I was dropping out of school. I dropped out of school because I didn't get the role that I wanted in the play that we were performing, right? So I did my tantrum. Oh, if you're not gonna give me that character, I'm gonna go.
You sure showed them.
Yes, I sure did because I'm still drunk. Like I am. I did not finish my that was a bachelor degree in performing arts. I did not finish it because of my will. And that now I look back and I realize that was because I was using, and I wasn't happy with the circumstances. So I was able to take my own will, and do what I think is the best decision, right? So I went back to Merida, Yucatan, whatever, and I kept performing. But then while I kept performing, I started drinking, and then using weed until I got a point where I was like, hell no, like this is not gonna lead me anywhere.
What kind of performing were you doing?
I was a comedian.
Comedian.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was an actress and performing also as a comedian.
Okay.
I was part of a show. So it was fun. I loved that. I did that for 16 years, and like it helped me pay my bills. But then I went into a relationship, in a gay relationship. I was all this time I'm male. I went into a relationship, which when we decided to break up, it tore me apart. Right. At the same time, I was using weed, I was drinking alcohol, and I was using pills to lose some weight, which I'm sure they had amphetamine because it made me like not eat and it made me hyper. So weed, alcohol, and pills to lose some weight, plus a breakup, it made me go to my first psychosis. And I went crazy. I got to a point where the cops have to get me, and they put me in a mental hospital for me to recover. I was.
We have like 3 good airplanes that I covered.
Yeah.
Because of course.
Why not? if there's time. They're cute though.
They are cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I go into psychosis.
Yeah, so you're in psychosis.
I'm in psychosis. And I was there I was in the mental hospital for like I think 3 months. So I was able to get out. And when I went out, I reached out to my mother. And I told her that I didn't want to stay in Mexico anymore. So she helped me to get back here to LA, right? So to all of this, I was never able to come to LA before that because thinking that my mom didn't love me, my dad didn't love me, I didn't want to come back to USA because it took away my family. It takes away my family, so I'm like, I'm not gonna go back to USA. I'm gonna make it in Mexico, right? Because of drugs, I didn't make it in Mexico. So now I'm reaching out for help, and I reached out to my mom and told her that I want to come here and fight here. But this time I'm like 28 years old. I'm only 29 right now. I'm kidding. I'm a little older, but
You're basically 29.
yes, I'll stay 29 for a few more years. Anyways, I come to LA. I start working. All my dreams of performing go away because as a Latino person, you don't come to USA to follow your dreams. You come here to work. So I became a dishwasher, a box boy. I did a barista. I was working, and all my dreams of becoming my goals, for me, they were like vanished, right? But that's where meth comes into town. And of course, me not liking what I'm doing, not like different. I started using meth. I started in the hookup, in the dating apps. I started hooking up a lot, and everybody there uses. So of course, I ended up using. And I go for a very long run for like 9 years of using meth. That it got me nowhere. I lost my job. I got out of like I decided to get out of my job because I didn't like the new manager. Very professional of me, right? And I made a lot of decisions influenced by my views that I thought at the time they were the best. Like stop paying rent. Why would I pay rent?
It needs a place
We're
to
in COVID.
sleep. Yeah.
We're in COVID. COVID will pay my rent, right? Until they did it. So I went on for like 9 years of using. I got into depression. I lost my job. I was in depression, not able to do anything. And I became nobody. Like I didn't have any more goals. At this time, I'm still male. I have not transitioned.
Did you know at all about yourself, or were you
I
inkling?
didn't.
Is that something you've known a lot of your life, or
It's funny. I don't think I knew since I was a kid because I didn't know it was an option. I just knew that I was a very girly boy, right? So it's okay to be girly. That's okay. I never thought that the transition was something that I would feel mine, right? And funny story, like okay, so I during COVID, a little bit after COVID, I get infected by HIV, and my depression went down, like it spiraled. And of course, like I'm thinking, what am I doing? How did I get here? And of course, it was my responsibility. I stopped taking PrEP. I stopped taking care of myself. And this is all because I'm using drugs, right? I didn't care about myself. So, but because of that, I started going to therapy to get out of my depression. And in that therapy, I start thinking maybe I start realizing that the only person who's gonna save me is myself. My dad is not gonna save me. My mom is not gonna save me. My grandmother is not gonna save me. My boyfriends are not gonna save me. It's only gonna be myself. But me myself, I didn't feel worthy enough to save myself. And funny story, on Grindr, I hooked up with this guy who liked trans women, and I'm like, well, I have a wig. Come over, I'll wear the wig. And long story short, he took me on a date. I cross-dressed for the first time, and I looked beautiful. I went to the date, and people were stopping me, like, "You look beautiful, my God! You look really beautiful." Then he gave me flowers. That's something that in that gay hooking up lifestyle, that does not happen. Not happen, right? We were on a date, made flowers, then we walked to my apartment holding hands, and people, oh my God, you look so beautiful. So all of that attention that I was getting, it opened a new world for me. And after that, I decided never to go back. I decided that I'm gonna be a girl. I decided this is what I like. I stopped hooking up with gay boys because I wanted to be a girl, and gay boys don't like girls, right? And I'm in therapy at the same time with my therapist. I tell her what's going on, and we start gender affirming therapy, and that's where I find Ashley, and that's where I find that the only person who can save me is Ashley. I knew that as a guy, as a man, I couldn't save myself. I didn't have the power or the capability, mindset that I could save myself. I needed a woman to come and save me. And the only woman that could save me has to be in me. So I became the woman to save my life. And after that, I started to transition. And that wasn't easy either, because at the same time that I'm transitioning, mind this, I haven't paid rent, right? Because of my use. And the COVID time is already ended. So now it's time to pay rent. I have no money, I have no job. So of course they evict me. I go live in my car. I go to, and I'm trying to transition. I'm still not in HRT. I only have a wig and razors, but no bathroom, like nowhere to take care of myself. And it was very hard for me to try to be myself. Also, I'm still using. It's hard for me to quit drugs, even though I didn't want to continue using, but I didn't know how to quit. And I remember saying this: if I'm gonna transition, it's because I'm gonna be the best version of myself, and the best version of myself, hi, Billie, escrow. The best version of myself, it's not an addict. It's not an addict. That's behind. That's with my old self. But I didn't know how to quit. I'm of course not in the right mindset. Very depressed, very anxious, very unhappy with my circumstances, and trying to fight for myself. Trying to fight for, like, I didn't want to let myself go. So I was trying to get resources. I went to a shelter. I it was hard for me to get some resources, so I go to Orange County. I I go into a relationship right there, just for shelter, but with somebody that uses, and I was done with that. Like, I didn't want to, so it was not a healthy relationship. But that, at least, it took me off the streets, and it gave me like the foundation to at least rest for a little bit and say, okay, this is what I need to do. And that made me realize that what I need to do is ask for help and go to rehab. So I start asking for resources again. They get me into La Cara. I went into a Serenity House, a rehab called Serenity House, which is the only house, residential program that houses transgender individuals. And it was amazing. Like, there I did 5 months of my first my first time sober. I met other people who are sober, who are struggling the same way I am, who are in transition. I got a lot of help too. And since that, it's been now 1 year, 3 months since I got sober. Thank you. It's a huge milestone, because like in 1 year, like a year ago in 3 months, I just wanted to rest. I just wanted the bed to rest. And now today, like, I've been doing so much that I never thought that I actually could be doing, right? And one of the things that I'm doing is, like, right now I'm running for Miss LA Pride 2026. We'll find out in 2 days who won. Hopefully it's me. I wish, I hope. I'm just gonna let it out to my higher power. But, like, I'm able to help other people. I'm only not only to, I'm fundraising for this cause, right? To help queer youth scholarship funds so they can stay in school. And I never thought that me, a Latina, brown person, transgender, will be able to help students, right? I'm back in school too. I started a meeting. I'm secretary of a meeting. I have 2 sponsees. I'm helping 2 people get through their steps, which is important. And that's something that it's key in my program. Like, I am who I am today because I'm sober. And that matters a lot. And I'm sober because I love myself. And Ashley loves herself. My dead name, he didn't know how to do that. He needed somebody to teach him how to love himself. And he needed a woman. And Ashley comes being Ashley, being like, yeah, like, we got this. Like, we're gonna do this because you matter. And because of Ashley, like, the way I like to say it is, like, Ashley gave me a purpose in life. It gave me a project. Like, I want to build Ashley in a beautiful way. I want to give her this pink hair with these nails and this. I want her to be this and to talk like this. So she gave me a purpose in my life. And just by taking care of myself, I'm able to take care of other people and leading by example too. And I know a lot of people follow me, and I know a lot of people, like, look up to me. And that gives me a huge responsibility because, like we say in the program, find somebody that they have what you want. And I never had anything. And if what I have today, it's inspiring for other people, That's the worst thing. Because I never thought that I could be an inspiration for other people. And I was never an inspiration for other people until I transitioned. Right now, I'm still behind in my transition. I mean, I'm only started getting some electrolysis. Um, I have no FFS. I still wear pads, right?
I mean, is that how? Let me roll back.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your transition. If you're open to
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
it, how long? You said you started like around COVID time, but what's your timeline as far as like medical stuff and like
I started way after COVID.
do you plan on surgeries? Because
Yeah.
like that's something that some people think about, some people don't. Some
Yeah.
people like some surgeries, some people don't want others.
Yes.
Like I started June 15th. It'll be my 4th year in a couple of weeks. CA.
Yeah.
The only surgery that besides the hormones, the only medical care that I've done is like facial hair removal with laser, which I think there's some stuff coming back here, but maybe that's just the hormones and like puberty stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the bottom surgery stuff that I'm prepping. But I don't myself. I don't really plan on doing any other surgery.
No.
And like my boobs, I've grown on my own.
Yeah.
Just from hormones. Lucky draw of genes from my mom.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I think it's a case by case
Mhm.
thing. Like everybody, they can do whatever they feel comfortable by doing, right?
Yeah.
It's not required to do A, B, and C to be a trans health. Like you don't even need to be in hormone therapy to be identified as a trans person, right? Hey, I even know a girl, like a cis woman, who she identifies as a trans woman, and that's beautiful. But yeah, like in for me, I want facial feminization, yes, because I feel that actually that I imagine in my face, in my head, the face that I imagine Ashley in my face is not what I see in the mirror. It's not. Like it's in my head, I'm prettier. Then I look in my mirror and I'm like, ooh, I don't like myself sometimes. And I know that with facial feminization, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get closer to that. Same goes with the laser electrolysis. Yeah, I'm a very hairy person. Thanks to the hormones, the hairiness has like decreased. And with electrolysis, like I have right now, I have my right side, like all this, my upper lip and all this part like clear. I have still like some beard on this side, right? But that's amazing. Like since the first time I got my electrolysis done, they did like the whole front here. It was a completely new look. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I felt like the laser was one of the best investments
Yes.
I've ever made in my
Yes.
life. So I gotta. I feel
Yeah,
like-
yeah, totally. As far as other surgeries, I do want like breast augmentation. I mean, I'm gonna get the referral, and it depends how my hormones are treating me.
Mhm.
But yeah, bottom surgery, I don't want any better surgery. I'm okay with that. And I don't, and like how do you say, genes played good on you with your breast. Genes did a great job with my hips. Like I have a very feminine body just by itself, right? And I'm not doing much. So yeah, I mean,
How long have you been on hormones?
for a year now.
A year
actually.
now?
Yeah,
Okay.
a year, 3 months since I got to.
Okay. Give it time.
Yeah,
Give the hormones some time to work.
yeah,
Because I know it's maybe overly used, but like people describe them as being magic. And
yes, yeah.
I would show you a picture of me, but I don't have my phone on me.
Okay.
So maybe later. I don't know if you've
Yeah,
seen it
I've
before,
seen
but
pictures of you.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I've noticed with a lot of trans women, or just trans people in general. Probably more focused trans women. That's
Yeah.
my main focus, I guess. Is that we tend to want like results like right now, and don't want that.
But they're fast too. They're fast.
They do work fast.
Yeah.
But like when I know some folks that are like, I'm on hormones for like 2 years and nothing's changed. But like really
It has.
it has changed. They haven't like
But I also think that it matters not only that hormones, but if we help the hormones do their job,
Oh, yeah.
right? If we avoid testosterone rich food, like I avoid broccoli. I like broccoli, but broccoli is pure testosterone. So I avoid it to like enhance my testosterone. My estrogen, right? I also do chia seeds because I think it's estrogen too. So
Wow.
so I do those kind of things to like kind of.
what kind of estrogen do you do? Do you like tablets, patch,
No,
gel,
injections.
injection?
Yeah, injections. And I do it bi-weekly, half a gram or half a milligram.
Okay.
Yeah, so 0.5.
I do mine weekly. The dosing is all different, so all the
Yeah.
injections are different. But I've been doing 0.3 mil
Mm,
a week, which has been pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah, I switched from that, I was on tablets for 3 years.
Yeah.
On my
I started with patches.
patches.
Yeah, I did patches. And I did feel some differences, right?
hmm
But it's not the same.
I think once I started the injections, like things really ramped up.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Like there were changes before, but like the bioavailability of the injections really made a huge difference.
And do you take the testosterone blocker too?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I stopped taking it right now because I'm doing the electrolysis. So I want as much hair to grow out so they can
Pull it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like right now, and I do feel like I can see my arms, they're getting hairier faster.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I see my hands, but my hands was the first thing that I noticed. Hands get so soft once I'm taking the estrogen.
Mm-hmm.
They get so soft when not taking them. I have all those veins right here.
I got the veins, but I work with my hands a lot.
Well, I have the veins too because I'm not taking the testosterone blocker right now. But yeah, that's the first thing I noticed, that they were really soft. Yeah.
And taking the hormones has been good for you.
Yes.
How was it like? You started with the patch. How was it like taking that for the first time?
Well, I started when I was using, right? So I remember I did my last, what was it? It wasn't it was mushrooms. I don't know what, some kind of like LSD or whatever.
Some kind of psychedelic.
Acid. Yeah. And I was feeling, due to the estrogen plus the drugs, I was feeling like in my period. I was literally hot and cold at the same time. I was angry and laughing at the same time. And it was that roller coaster of emotions and sensations and everything. I was with the person who I was living with at the time, and he said, "You know what? You need to cut the estrogen because it's too much for you." So I stopped doing that because of the dose. But I don't know how much. What is it?
Yeah, that's the one you should cut out.
Exactly. So exactly. But I did not cut that. I cut it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Thank God that's all over. It's in the past now. But I remember because of the drugs, I was enhanced all those like puberty emotions. It was fun. I have a video of me.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Luckily, no one has those of me.
Yeah.
So a year and 3 months.
Yes.
It's exciting.
It's exciting. And like I said earlier when we started the podcast, like being trans gives you disability by itself. Either you want to use it or don't, people are going to look at you, right?
Even if you're not even wanting it, like it's
Exactly.
happening, and that representation, that visibility, that superpower that I keep talking about. I always think about this at a hands-off protest where I was standing up to someone who was discriminating against me, being trans, of course. And like after I stood up to that person, like the kid's mom and their kid like came up to me and like told me like, oh, you standing up for that person really meant a lot to me and my child.
Yeah.
And they specifically told me their child was trans. So like,
yeah, I've gotten a lot of people too. Like even when I was still in early recovery moms telling me like, how do I talk to my friend's daughter, my friend's son? How is they wanted to understand more about substance? Yeah, and I'm like, well, just give it time. I don't know.
You're so you still close to your grandma?
She's not with us anymore.
I
Yeah.
might
It's
know.
okay. But I am close to her. Like she's my higher power.
Yeah.
And I remember her every day, and she communicates with me through signs and through like she's good. She's good. Yeah.
How about any other family? Are you close to any other family? I know there was some lockiness.
Yes.
And early on in the story.
Yeah.
Was that?
Well, my mom didn't accept me when I transitioned.
Mm.
She did. She did not. Right. But then my sister, she completely accepted me. Also, my sister, she's coming out trans too, and that's amazing. I love her.
Is she your trans sister or trans brother?
I love them.
Whatever they are, you love them.
I love them.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, and it's been since I got sober, it's been a little bit easier for my mom and I, right? And there's been some time a little bit, so for us to like talk. But I take care of myself first. And talking to my mom, I love her to death, but she has some work to do herself, right? So I am not gonna put myself down, and I am not gonna try to fix her if that is gonna bring me down. So that's why I take some distance, and I think it's a very healthy distance because I am not gonna like I love myself too much to put myself down because I did that so many years, like trying to please my mom in so many ways. I was not being myself, right? So now I'm done with that manipulation. I'm done with that victimization. I'm done with that.
It seems like when you, at least from my experience, whenever I would mold myself to make other people happy, they never were really ever happy.
Yeah.
So it's like we're molding ourselves and bending over backwards for this false sense of happiness that's not really ever there.
And why do we do that? Yes, I completely understand and I agree. I did the same thing too. But like, why did we do that? Because we want that other person to love us, right? And if we are not ourselves, how are they gonna love us? So like, there's this metaphor, well, not metaphor, but like this image that cup, right? We are a cup, and we need to fill that cup with positive things, and whatever overflows of that cup, that's what we can give to other people. If we are half full, we cannot give to other people.
Yeah.
So
runs us dry.
Yeah, exactly. And there are people who drain us, so we don't have to be around them because it's for our own sake. Because I don't know, and that's something that I think it's been key also, like in my recovery and in my journey as a trans woman, that I love myself, and and loving myself gives me the strength to stop looking for validation, and that is magnetic. That is very magnetic.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't need nobody else to love me. I don't need nobody else to like me. I got myself.
I think it also allows you to love others more.
Yeah.
Like, not only just like a bigger amount, but just in a more meaningful way.
Yes. Yeah. And also like not needing to have other people to love you, because if that people it doesn't want the best for you, then why do I want the person to love me? Hell no.
Yeah.
So it's more like a memory RAM for us to love other people who really deserve our love, right? And also something that's also very key, very important is it's God. I'm a woman of God. God has helped me even with before I decided to quit drugs, and God loves me, and I love God. So that's key in my self love and in my self worth, because it's for God and it's for Him. And I'm a woman of God, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that.
what they always say at All Saints, that like when I first went there, that like really struck well, not really a nerve, it just really struck a heart chord or whatever.
A hormone.
Was, a hormone, yeah. It was, well, yeah, it was saying hormones when I started going. Was that God dwells in you and also in you. Like
Yeah.
that spoke volumes.
Yeah.
Especially coming from a place like just before it was trying to like do some detransition stuff on me. Didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that visibility.
Yeah.
That superpower again.
Yeah. Like, yeah, speaking of like of All Saints, like what really changed my mind of acceptance and belonging. Like I grew up in a Catholic church,
Mhm.
right? And the All Saints follows the Catholic format, but it's instead of only one priest, it's several priests, right? The Episcopal church. So when I sat there and they were waving the LGBT flag
Oh, yeah, the
at the
pride flag.
beginning, the
Yeah.
pride flag, for me was amazing. And it was the first time I ever got to go to church dressed, like in a dress, and with red hair I had at the moment, and with makeup, and people were like, "Good morning, welcome, good morning, good morning." Were accepting me and were welcoming me. For me, it was like, yeah. So God does love me, and this is a place where God loves everybody. And since day one, I haven't stopped going to All Saints because of that. Yeah.
I'm glad you're there.
Yes. And I met also wonderful people. You, one of them, Troy, a lot of people who has been key in my transition.
Mm-hmm.
Because like literally I stopped being everything that I was, and I stopped hanging out with everybody that I hang out. I changed people, places, and things,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, and I started to have new people, places, and things that I frequent, and that became my family, and that
Mhm.
became my friends, and that become my network, in my community.
I love that
right?
you're bringing this up because I have several friends who are kind of in that like early transition phase. Like they're at a year of hormones, but they're still like living that double life. One of them is just like really going hardcore on the building community aspect, and like they're like on the verge of their whole life, just like I don't want to say blowing up or exploding, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like just that blooming or blossoming or whatever. And I have another friend who's they're in a more rural area, and help is a little harder to find for them. But one of the things I keep trying to tell them, like, you know, you got to build that community. You got to build it. And like, in my experience, the best way to build that community and the best way to find it is that visibility.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be found by them unless you're seen by them.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly. Just go to where people like you are there
Mhm.
too,
Mhm.
right?
And you have to step out of your comfort zone and take that leap of faith and go to a group.
Yes.
And you know, like I know a lot of people wait for that perfect time, that perfect experience, but that perfect time, that perfect experience is never going to happen.
Yeah, no, make it.
You have to make it happen.
Yeah, exactly. You have to make it. And I think that's a lot of like confidence that we because I get it. Like I was also, I remember the time where I was afraid to go to or to even speak in a meeting, right? Because oh my God, I'm going to speak in front of people, and now I'm leading meetings, and now but if we have to jump that like it's a muscle that we have to build. And at the beginning it's scary, yes, but it's not going to kill us. It's not going to kill us. And it's like I imagine what life, and this is what I ask myself all the time. What life do I want to live today? The one that is afraid to do something because it's afraid, or the one who will do it anyway because even I can have a better life if I do that. If I don't do it, I already know what to expect, right? And it's not good. I'd rather just
That's definitely not cute.
yeah. We know what's to expect in a life of here, and then we're done with that. Like I mean, and being trans and being gay, being yourself, even straight, but be yourself. It's well, I don't know because I'm not straight, so I mean I wouldn't know, but just
Happy
in-
Pride.
but just by being yourself, at least in me, it gives me this freedom and this like self worth and this confidence
Mm-hmm.
that I would never have imagined in my youngest years, you know,
Oh,
in
I
my
know.
wildest dream.
Yeah, no, I'm there with you.
Yeah.
I had, when I was in Texas, still living in my old life, still married, but going through the whole divorce thing, not even out as trans yet. I remember going to like a board game meetup thing, just trying to take my mind off of my ex-wife. She was dating it. She was going on like her first date while we were like still married, but going through the whole thing. Anyway,
Mhm.
I was trying to like just take
Yeah.
my mind off of it. So I was like, I'll go to this board game meetup, and I could not for the life of me get out of my car. I parked in that spot for like 15 minutes, and I was just like, fuck this, I can't do it.
Yeah.
And I left, went to the movie theater, and like went to go watch a movie. I was the only one there, and then someone sat directly next to me, which was like, fuck.
Yes.
I left crying.
That was
and,
weird.
and yeah, it was very weird. So like, I know it's not really a support thing, but I've definitely had my issues with going to support groups.
Yeah.
But like once you get in there, like
Yeah.
people want you there.
And you become friends with people, and yeah, like every new place is it's scary at the beginning, and yeah, like even when I go to new meetings with different crowds, different people, like I'm not the confident person that when I am in a meeting where everybody knows me or I know everybody, because that's my comfort zone in a way.
Mhm.
But to get to that comfort zone, it was built.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't get there day one and oh yeah, and everybody I'm friends with everybody. No, it was day one. I met one people. Day two,
Mm-hmm.
like little by little. So it
Takes time.
takes time, and everything that's scary is worth it. Everything that it's scary, it's worth it. Yeah, and that's why I like everything I do, especially since I've got sober. It's like, will this get me closer to become the person I want to be, or to closer to my goal? If it's yes, I'll do it. If it's not, then why care? Right? Yeah.
Well, I love that you're building a community, and not only are you like building a community, but you're like a pillar of your community as well.
Thank you.
I mean, clearly over here, in a sash over here. I'm not jealous.
Oh no, well you'll next year.
I'm not
You'll,
jealous that I don't have a sash.
you'll run next year, and I'll give you the sound.
No.
Wouldn't you like to run? Like imagine, because it's at least with my experience like this. I'm not doing it for myself, and I'm right now. I'm in a place mentally, emotionally, and spiritually where I'm okay with. I feel like motivated to help others, and this is where I got this from, right?
Yeah.
Because like I'm not doing this for a crown. Hell, I already have a crown in my head,
Yeah, I got
right?
some of those.
Right?
I should have worn mine. I feel left out. If I would have known.
But I'm really like running to help other people, to help especially the LGBT community, to help with the scholarship funds so they can stay in school, right? Because me being in the community and being, even though I graduated from high school in Mexico and I almost graduated from bachelor's in Mexico, here it's a different thing. Like here I doesn't count. My Mexican academic history does not count. So I need to go through that all over again. And it's not until now that I am about to get my high set. And it took me like almost 10 years since I got here to focus on myself, right? So I wouldn't want that to happen to many people. And I know it does. But if the fundraising for the queer youth is going to help them not struggle to stay in school, that's a blessing. That's a blessing.
I appreciate all your work.
Oh, thank you. I'm just doing the right next thing. I'm just showing up. I'm just,
That's the thing that I always say. I'm not doing anything, and it's really just the showing off.
exactly. Just show up. Just show up. Scary or not scary, just show up. And leave everything in the care of God. And He got you. Because God wants the best for you, and He wants the best, even better than what you want for yourself. And hell, like I never thought that I would be running for this. I was done with performing. I just want to perform at the convention. That's it. And after that, this came over, and then next thing, and then all of a sudden,
Would you ever do comedy again?
oh yeah, I would totally love comedy. Yeah, but in Spanish, because like comedy, I don't know. I feel it must be some belief that I have in my head of like probably some like because I don't feel confident enough in English that the comedy in English is plus the comedy in English is different, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, like in Spanish, I understand the Spanish comedy better. My timing is good though, but I know that I can like I don't know. My brain doesn't work as fast in English than it works in Spanish. But I mean, we'll just see.
Well, I'd love to see you perform
Yeah.
and do a routine, even if I can't understand the language.
Yeah.
But I would love to be there for support.
Well, there's this comedian which I look up to a lot. I admire. Her name is Quesadilla. She's a Latina, but she's in recovery too. And her like I would love to work with her. So if you're watching Quesadilla, I have her phone number. I have to text her.
I'll text her.
Yeah.
Send me your phone number. I'll text her. I say, hey,
Okay.
we got to do this. We got to make this happen.
Yes, and she's amazing. She's so funny. Yeah.
Awesome. I hope you win. Hope you win.
I hope so too. I'll let you know on Saturday. If I go on Sunday, I won't be able to go to church this Sunday because I have the parade.
Missing the first parade Sunday.
I know.
See, I have all my activities with the church. That's been my I guess gift to others. My way of helping the community, and then I feel like I don't really do much work with it. I feel like the folks that work with me, they really do all the work. They do all the computer stuff, making the flyers. They do all the stuff that makes the shit really happen.
Yeah.
So like kudos to them, like having that team, finding that team.
Yeah.
Work on that team for you with your team.
Yes, I mean.
I'm just trying to think now. I'm like, do we do like an LGBTQ comedy thing at All Saints?
That would be so cool. We can start it. No?
Maybe I'll bring it up in the next meeting.
With the Latinos, it can be a way to bring the Latino and the LGBT minister together in a comedy thing, because Latinos really love comedy, and the LGBT loves comedy.
But we're doing lots of intersectionality work going on, and we're trying to be very intentional about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will definitely pitch it in some form. I think it would be cool.
Yeah.
Because like comedy's good for the soul.
It is. Hey, I mean,
They tell jokes when they're doing sermons all the time.
yeah. In comedy, it's medicine, literally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like I remember when I was in Serenity House, there was a lot of drama there, right? Because we're all in our very early recovery. We still like I don't know, there's drama. There's hormones, trans people.
How is it being in a house full of trans people with all the raging hormones of everyone in their second puberty?
It goes beyond that because to that you add people who are like still struggling, like still wanting to use.
Yeah.
Plus a lot of people coming from jail, right? Because they're in the recovery program. So there's a lot of jail culture, which I don't talk that way. Like I do not talk down to other people. I do not say a lot of like those words all the time. I don't even listen to rap, right? Anyway, so there's a lot of like personalities in that house, and the way I got through it is by stepping back away and listening to comedy. I needed something to like feed my soul with happy things because there was a lot of chaos and toxicity that it wasn't even mine.
Yeah.
But even
just in the room.
Just in the room.
Environment.
Yeah. So that's how I survived. That's how I survived my first months of living in a house with friends.
I could only imagine.
Yeah, yeah. And
I think I'll leave. I think I'll leave it at that. I
leave.
think I'll try to leave it in my imagination.
Yes, leave it there. You don't want that. You don't want to experience that. Just
I'm happy trying to help from a safe distance.
yes.
I do want to be more intentional with our Lakota connection, though. But I kind of feel like that's because, like, our ministry in church has a bit of a cooperation with Lakota.
Yeah.
And I feel like definitely in the last 6 months, you know, Abby, the whole Abby thing, and I feel like there's just been kind of a slow detachment. If that makes sense. Like, I know there's still the Grace and Recovery Tuesday, and that's fairly well attended, but I feel like the attendance of folks that come in on Sundays
I actually
is like, it seems like almost none at times.
Yeah, but right now they're short on staff, and that's why the girls from Serenity are not. Sorry, excuse me. They're not going on Sunday church because they don't have nobody to take them there. I already stepped up and I talked to Bill and told him that I have a driver's license and I work permit and everything. I mean, and me going to church every Sunday was pillar in my recovery. And I've talked to the girls in recovery how they need to go to church and how they've expressed me that even because they don't express their spirituality, their communication with God has decreased because of that. And if that happens, they're closer to relapsing. So for me, it's very important for the girls to go back to church. So I'm trying to accommodate that with Bill in a way that I mean, if they allow me to drive them, that the van is there. I'm just not an employee. So because of the permits and the insurance and things like that, I would need to be employed by them so I can drive that. Yeah.
Well, I've been meaning to send Bill an email.
Do that.
Because I do want to be more intentional with our connection with them, and because it's something that I do love and value and cherish a lot. Just, you know, seeing everyone come through over the last 3 or 4 years for me has been very meaningful.
Yeah.
I'm totally face blind, so if I don't see somebody for a year or two and they come back and they're like, "Hey, Billy," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't remember you." That's a me problem, though. It's not personal, I promise. But I know having those spaces for all of the folks, especially our queer family that are in recovery, like, having those spaces for them is so vital.
Yeah.
Whether it's just a church or like a small group or the AA type stuff, or
well, the AA program is a spiritual program. I mean, we need God to help us because we cannot quit drugs by ourselves. We need a higher power, a higher greater than himself, outside of ourselves, to help us, and that is God. So it doesn't matter what religion you are. It doesn't matter what how you want to call your higher power, but God is present in recovery. We cannot do this without a God, without a higher power. So, yeah, we need a God to stay sober, and especially the girls in 70 house and the early recovery is where they most have to be. That this foundation has to be like built or cling into much more, because that's the only thing that's gonna get us to the struggle of wanting to read up on all. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely we'll get it. I mean, it will happen. I'm just so fortunate, and I feel very lucky and I'm very grateful of being able to know Serenity House, being a alumni from there, and now being in a place where I can give back. And if what I can give back is bringing them back to church, I'm more than happy, because that's the biggest. I mean, that's beautiful. That is beautiful.
Well, keep being you,
Yes.
and that keep being you, and you will continue to give back in ways that you never thought possible, beyond your ever-growing imagination.
Thank you. world.
Well, how long have we been doing this for a while?
It's 4:08. I don't know what time we started.
Do you have any more you want to add on?
No, I mean I'm just
we
very
can
happy.
always record another one later if you like.
Okay.
I will. I'm trying to think. What did Giselle, the old host, would always ask one question as like their final question, and I always forget the way they phrased it. But it was like, in a perfect world of gender, whatever, like how would that look to you? I don't phrase it very good. They phrase it much better than me. I should re-listen to it.
So
how would a perfect world of gender and LGBTQ and peace and all that, like how would that look to you?
It would look like a place where with more love, but I mean, it would just be no. Okay, how would it look like to me?
Yeah.
It's just with no fights.
No fights.
With no fights, because we as a community, we are perfect because we come from love. So there's nothing more perfect than love. It's just that now there's other communities, right, that are against us, and we defend love, so we need to fight for them. Like we need to fight for them, right? Like our current administration, right? A lot of things he's doing right now that he shouldn't be. So without Trump, that's how a perfect world would look like. Without Trump,
that would be pretty nice.
Yes.
Without Trump and all the lackeys that are following those bullshit orders.
Exactly. Yeah.
That would be nice. Yeah, that would be fun. Well, cool. Thanks for coming on and sharing a brief segment of your story. And
thank you for inviting me.
Always love to have you on again. You know, tends to be what happens is people will think of things later on, like, oh man, I should have thought about this. I should have brought that up. Always happens.
Well, if I win or lose,
yeah,
I'll come and let you know.
Okay.
Because I won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I love you, Billie. I love you so much.
I love you too. Let's turn.